Good morning. You have tuned into the Daily Ack, and this morning we're doing the Spilled demo. Let me not get going too far until my email tells me that I really am live streaming. Oh. And it just told me that I'm live streaming. So I'm live streaming. Hey, as I've said, this is the Spilled demo, and I think there's 8 levels, and we'll play as far as we can, and that will be that. And I'm doing something I don't usually do and leaving the music in. Good morning, Shaman. As I was saying, I'm playing the Spilled demo this morning, and it's a special morning here at the Daily Ack because we're celebrating more than 500 views, of which I thought I'd never get. And it's a good thing you're here because I'm wondering how the sound is now that I've got music on. However, let's just get into it. Now, the whole premise of the game is that you have a tugboat and you're cleaning up the environment with this sucker on the nose of the boat. That lady looks like Mariah Carey. Yes, she does. She is the sole developer of this game and lives on a boat. As I've linked in her Discord, yeah, I was told by my analytics that I had more than 500 views. So I was pretty happy about that. I'm a little surprised. Now, I'm going to tell you, if this turns into a coffee sniffly mess, I'm just going to end it and walk away from it because, yes, I do have a cold and I have been pretty sniffly, and we just rescued a frog out of an oil slick. And the whole premise of this is you clean different things up, and as you go through different levels, you have to, when it tells you the boat's full, you have to go back to the recycling center, and you can buy different things for the boat. Whoa, come on. You gotta get that swan. And there are different forms of pollution as the game goes on. I almost bought and lived on a boat in my younger years. Yeah, she dropped out of school and decided to make a game. Her and her brother had been game developing for a while, and yeah, I'm full, so I have to go to the recycling center. And as you can see, as you go along, you can start seeing stuff swimming in the ground, and I left. Yeah, okay, you told me what I wanted to know. I left the music on in this because there are certain cues that are musical in this. How about let's do that and see what we come up with. Now I'm going to return. All right. It's me again, Margaret. When you turn the music down, you can actually hear the engine on the boat running, which I think is funny. And you can upgrade things by pulling over here and going, okay, I'm upgrading. One is for a bigger oil tank, one is for more solar batteries, and then one is for a bigger sucker in the front of the boat. Is that better as far as my sound is concerned? Now we get to go to the other side. And this is a turtle. Oh, music is good. I like it. I like the boat engine sound. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm not a fan of music in games. Since my hearing went poorly, it all sounds like noise to me, and I can't hear what I'd like to hear out of a video, which is what the game is doing. Oh, full to the brim. And see, this has plastic in it that the other level didn't have. Whoop, 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 whoop. I don't want to go backwards. I want to go frontwards. And I want to get all this stuff that's down through here. Well, there's a lot more oil here because I didn't go hardly any place, and now, and I'm still working on the first oil tank. Your voice is okay, a little low, but workable. Well, that's the other news this morning. I have a Bluetooth headset on order that should be here today. This particular game is today only. Finish it, don't finish it, whatever. This is the only day I'm playing Spilled. Tomorrow I'll either go back to Sapiens solo or I'll go back to my intense game of Planet Crafter. This is actually a good game. I saw this demo quite a while ago, saw somebody playing it and went, well, that looks interesting. Now, I said she was a solo developer, and at one point in time, that was true. I think she's hired somebody now that I sit here and think about it. The old mind don't work so good once you get this old, and you know that. Yeah, new headset, woohoo. I don't know if you noticed the blue accoutrements. I'm not sporting the orange tee this morning. And that's the graphics I was telling you about that I probably shouldn't be using, but since it is a special day, I decided to use it, and if somebody tells me to take it down, I will. Yeah, it is a very cozy game. I was very surprised that I went into Steam the other night and actually was looking for free games and found a whole lot of things that were of an adult nature that really kind of surprised me. Do I want that, or do I want... I've got 54. Hell, I could get all of it. And as you buy stuff, the upgrades go up from there and get more expensive as you go. I'm going to see if I can get these couple of pieces of plastic around here, but I find these things to be hard as heck to really get all of them. I think the turtle swimming in this is pretty good. Oh, missed that one, and then lost the one I had. Well, Snickle Fritz. Now, my wife told me last night, I went to bed, took NyQuil. Um, she said my head hit the pillow and it didn't take 5 minutes. I was gone. Wasn't a rough night, but the new old logo looks good. Yeah, well, I will probably be back to the orange one tomorrow. Like I said, special day. Come on. Move, move, move. Now, that logo or something similar to it is what I would like to wind up with. I like that one just fine, but you know, I will be the first one to admit I didn't pay for it. And unlike some people being computer literate, I knew how to copy the screen so I could get it. That doesn't make it right. Oh, I'm getting ready to get some of those back over in the corner and oh, come on, turn, turn, turn. By the way, Shaman, thank you for being here. I was hopeful somebody would be here. Oh, come on now. Now, if you get the solar panels upgrade on the end, it'll make this thing go faster, but it goes so fast that for me, it's hard to control. Um, this is actually a good game. This almost looks like something that Amp would like, or Dreas would, well, Dreas might not, but Amp would. Now, I do believe that there is 8 levels to this, and we're going to play until it tells us you can't go any farther, the demo's over. I have played that far before. Come on. Press E to get the small sucker to the big one. Come on. I've had a rough night in the heat, so I've been up and ready for the act since 4:30. Oh my lord. No, I actually rolled out of the rack somewhere in between 5:30 and 6, and well, I'm sorry you had a rough night. That's, excuse me, no fun. We got a rat. Now I'm going to see if I can turn around and get most of that bunch of plastic there. I knew I'd miss some. Looks like I'm not going to make it with most of it. Nope, I got it. All right. Now this adds some complexity because you see the boat with the question mark. Oh, this is new. I haven't seen this before. Oh gosh, don't tell me it's... Thank you so much for trying out my game. Join the Discord and hang out with cool people and wish list the game if you haven't yet. Well, Snickle Fritz, it used to go farther than that. Well, that's not good. I had thought that might happen. Um, have you ever seen The Exit? It was 103 yesterday, and I have no AC, but it's dropping down to 70 tomorrow and the rest of the week. Yes, it was 59 here this morning. I've got a jacket on. But I'm getting ready to take off. Um, have you seen the game The Exit? Um, it's a walking sim, but you have, yeah, that was an abrupt end, that you have different things as you're walking that you've got to notice, and when you notice an anomaly, you turn around and go back. Let me see if I can get that darn thing going and change a few settings and be done. Oh, can be a little bit creepy, which is odd for me. I don't particularly like horror games. It doesn't do anything for me. Let me... Technical difficulties, please do not adjust your set. Okay. I want to go here. I want to go there. Then I want to go here and go properties. Hmm. This is a game called Exit 8. And it says right here, you might not be able to read that on the screen. I will make coffee while you work. Well, I'm kind of done, but that's all right. Go make coffee. Coffee's important. This says, thank you for using the underground passageway. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you. There are 27 anomalies that have not been found. We appreciate your understanding and cooperation. Okay, one other thing I have to do is quit that. And then, yep. And I won't start until you say you're back. I have no feet. Hmm. This game has no music. And although I have beaten it pretty hard at times, one moment please. Yes, ma'am. Un momento, por favor. Okay, you're very welcome. And this is the guide, and a lot of people miss this. Yes, dedicated decaf. My wife drinks regular coffee. My guts can't handle it anymore. Um, so I was using pods, and I was using Great Value pods from Walmart, and I kept having problems with pods exploding and putting a bunch of grounds in my coffee cup to the point that it happened almost every pod. Just went, nope, not going there anymore. So decided to just do another pot and go that way. However, this guide, a lot of people overlook this. When you first come into the game, you're facing that way toward that sign. However, you need to look at this sign. This is one of the most important things in the game. Don't overlook any anomalies. If something is different, if you find an anomaly, turn back around immediately, go the other way. If you don't find an anomaly, don't turn back to go out from exit 8. There are 8 levels to this. And if you miss one, like if you miss something on level 7, it'll take you all the way back to level 0. And that's how you know what level you're on, is that yellow sign. That 0 will change to a 1 or a 2 or whatever. Um, some of the anomalies are weird. Yeah, sounds like a manufacturing error plus pods. Yes, absolutely. You are not wrong. Um, having never been to Japan, this game is Japanese. My son was here in July. I looked at it. He said, "That's really neat that they have the uh, tiles for the blind." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "That's for when you have a white cane and you're walking." I said, "So you'll know where stuff changes at." And I thought that was pretty interesting. But you walk out here, and this is your hallway. That gentleman is always coming towards you. The first run through is normal. There's nothing wrong with it. This is what it should look like all the time. And it'll either be you'll have an anomaly on a poster, or the signage will be different, or there'll be goo coming out of the vents, or somebody will be knocking on one of these doors. The signage will change. It's a pretty involved game. Or that camera normally doesn't have a red light in it as if it's recording. Um, but if it has a red light in it, yeah, that's an anomaly. Yeah, to change the tile texture is brilliant. Very, very smart. My son spent 2.5 or year and a half, 18 months in Japan, and said it was an amazing place. He was right outside of Tokyo. But this is, you have to look at that sign. You have to look at how the lights are laid out. Um, it's definitely different. You go down through here and you can speed up, but and we're on level 1. The signage hasn't changed at all. Now, the guy can also be an anomaly if he's growing, if he looks at you, if he walks towards you. That's an anomaly. And there is, oh, I've seen a game called Hospital 666 that's similar. You have to notice anomalies and then get in the correct elevator. Oh my, I'd probably like that. The concourse is right. See the camera? It's different. See, now I'm on level 2. I'm trying to walk slowly so you won't get motion sick, or anybody else that's watching. That's right. I just think it's funny that you have to notice, how tall he is relative to the rest of everything in the hallway. Um, and it's funny, there'll be times this last sign will follow you, or the signs will be growing. That's weird. One thing I like about this game is it has no music. The anomalies get progressive, weird, and creepy. Not really. They're kind of random. Some of them can be pretty creepy. Yeah, like that. That's right out of The Shining and the twins scene. Now we're up to level 4. There's 3 doors there usually. There's only 2 doors there right now. Now we're up to level 5. All the doors are there. This poster will get big eyes on it. That still says concourse. The other side says exit. The camera doesn't have a red light in it. One of the anomalies is that this strip will turn to other things, which is just right strange. I'll have to look up Hospital 666. The same Japanese designer that did this did one that it's a train anomaly and the same guy's sitting in the train. That one's weird. You have to go through 3 cars to get to another anomaly. But I will say some of the anomalies pretty creepy. Yeah, I'm back to 0. Dang, I wonder what that was. I really think that the problem was that right there, because I don't think there's normally a no smoking sign there. There's also a creepy face that you just can't hardly see up in the ceiling sometimes. Works the same. It's just one hallway on each floor and you use the elevators to go up and down. Yeah. Yeah. See, all the signage is different. And if you're neurotic like I am, you want to run in this game, and you really shouldn't. That says concourse. That says exit. He's not looking at me. Usually the one in the ceiling is so light, it calls me out. Okay. Good deal. Up to level 2. Concourse exit. Well, maybe that no smoking is supposed to be back there. That says exit. That says concourse. Well, the camera won't be lit up because it's already been lit up this game. Oh, I missed something. That has a doorknob. That has a doorknob. That has a doorknob. Oh, the posters are getting bigger. Quite a bit bigger. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. I promise I'll talk louder. And even when you know what you're looking for, this game can be tremendously hard. And I will say, since you know about these kind of games, they'll play with your mind a good bit. Well, I appreciate it. Pardon me, I had to mute there to blow my nose. Well, I missed something. See if we can see what it is. I've seen the doorknobs move. I've seen the camera. I've seen the signs. The floor texture's the same. I don't know. Looked pretty good to me. Maybe the guy was smiling. Oh, plus the images are repetitive. Your mind just glosses over the details. Yeah, that's absolutely the truth. You've got to be paying good attention to, it's very subtle when the signage was getting bigger. That one plays with my head a bit. All the doorknobs are in play. This gentleman has the phone in his hand. His face is not screwed up. And I got to say, I didn't think I'd like a walking simulator, but I'm actually, it's a heck of a lot better than what I thought it would be. That's right. Oh, his face is all screwed up. The sound of the shoes on the floor is just weird to me. Oh. This is a simulator. called a walking simulator, or what these games are known as. Because what you're doing is walking and you're noticing things in the environment. I just saw a video by a gentleman named German Peter, who usually talks about censorship in German games, and he was talking about German, or talking about walking simulators and, the differences in them. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. That's still saying exit the right way around. Yeah, if you were walking along and a big pool of blood came streaming towards you. Whoa, he's walking faster than he usually does. Doorknobs are hung. Signage is correct. He's walking at the same pace he's supposed to be. And there you are. Well, I gotta say, I'm gonna go a little short this morning because of, well, maybe not. 19 more anomalies you haven't seen. Okay. No, I'm going on because I just happen to like this game a heck of a lot. There's a lot of people that have done videos on this game. Oop, come on, walk like you know how. Yeah, don't run off yet. That looked like he was smiling. And he was. We'll try to at least get an hour out of this. We're at 42 minutes right now. For some reason, I've got a song from the Talking Heads rolling around in my brains, which is, well, that's what I was wanting to look at. Oh, I missed something. Nope. That is what I missed. Running my jaws about the Talking Heads, which I don't particularly care for. Uh, I've never wasn't terribly into punk rock in my youth. I've been a classic rock fan for a long time. Oh, that's some creepy BS right there. Yeah. Well, if you weren't awake before, you are now. Sorry, couldn't hear what you said about rock. I was into classic rock. I wasn't into punk. I don't know why I've got a song from the Talking Heads going around in my head, um, because I was never really a fan. Um, Doorknob, doorknob, doorknob. Camera is not on. Signage isn't following me. I guess it could be said now, looking back, that I was a fan of metal because, you know, but also progressive rock. I was into Rush and Yes and, other things. Unfortunately, I'm so much of a follower. I was usually into what my brother was into at points. There was times he brought home stuff that I didn't jive with until much later. Boy, I've missed something. What did I miss? What did I miss? Talking Heads wasn't really punk, especially after Flame. You're probably right. I'm sure the record companies at that point in time put a lot of pressure on people to put stuff that was radio airplay. Oh, that's upside down. Rush had a problem that they made radio airplay, and a DJ in Cleveland actually picked them up, and the record company wanted them to put out more things that were radio worthy, and they just went, no. Well, that step isn't supposed to go up there. I'm not on level 8. I feel reasonably certain that bands in the 70s had it pretty bad, and most of them had drug problems, Aerosmith being one of them. Uh, you know, Kiss always claimed they didn't do drugs, of which, if they didn't, so be it, but I think you'd have to be a little off in the head. And I was a huge Kiss fan in my teenage years. Do you see that anomaly down there in the far wall? That's some creepy bullshit. If you keep walking, he runs out after you. Uh, not, not going there. Yep, that's another anomaly. I was into everything but disco and country. Like country better now, but disco can still burn for the most part. My first wife was heavily into disco, and I used to tell her, yeah, the signage is getting bigger. I used to tell her punk sucks and disco swallows it. I just, yeah, just wasn't into either one of them. And being from Tennessee, I wasn't really into country, but you're so close to the country music capital of the world that um, my parents used to listen to country music before we went to school in the morning. Um, that was their thing. Used to listen to a station called WIVK in Knoxville. Um, Buddy, I've missed something. Hmm. And I have no idea what I missed. I was in garage bands for much of my teens and 20s. I was in a band with my brother and some of his friends, and I was probably the most musically inclined of them all. Um, I was in band and played trumpet and played flat tuba, and uh, musically, I had my head together. No lights on the camera. I taught myself to play guitar at age 11 with a very nasty Les Paul copy guitar and much longer hair. Well, yeah, didn't we all, weren't we all kind of bad at that point in time? We didn't have enough to know what we were. Um, All girl Stones cover band. I just never was into the Stones. I can listen to their music now. It brings a certain bit of nostalgia, but I was Mick Jagger is just he's living proof that money trumps ugly every day of the week. Got women crawling all over him, and uh, well, I screwed up there. And for God's sakes, why? I don't see anything that looks all that good about him. Hmm. Boy, I don't know what that anomaly is then. I remember, gosh, I was 12 or 13, and I walked into a pawn shop in downtown Knoxville that had a Hofner bass like Paul McCartney played. Oh, there's the anomaly. And I bought that guitar for, I think it was 25 bucks. And for a 13-year-old, that was a pretty big amount of money. And actually, I don't know what I wound up doing with that or what. I think it got sold at a yard sale or something. But it was an original Hofner for as much as I thought it'd be some sort of crappy copy. No, it was the real thing. Should have kept it. And you don't know these things when you're a kid. There are 8 anomalies that have not been found. We appreciate your cooperation. Okie dokie. That's still in good shape. That's still in good shape. I just ran into the guy like a dummy. Oh, that's some creepy bullshit there. That's why we enjoy the 1980 something live show. So many nostalgic memories. Yeah. I graduated in 81. My first wife graduated in 76. She lived deeper into the area than we lived than I did. However, we went to different high schools. I was right on the line between 2 high schools. We were closer to one high school, but the way busing worked, we were bused to another high school that was much farther away from my mom's house. I used to know how to play Day Tripper and do some other stuff. I actually considered bringing some of my mom threw out my collection of Beatles trading cards when I went to college, worth a boatload of money now. Oh, gosh, I know. I wanted to look for G.I. Joes that I had in my mom's basement, and my mom threw them out. You know, the full-size G.I. Joes, the originals. Um, I'm trying to find where this anomaly might be. Uh, I'll have to look and see. I think I know what's going on, but who knows? Nope, that's still got a scuff down that side of the wall. That's going the right way. That's going the right way. I know the train simulator that this same gentleman wrote, at the end of it, it'll show you all the anomalies. Well, I was hopeful to get 2 runs out of this, but I'm screwing up badly because I'm running my mouth. Oh, look at the lights, you idiot. Turn back, turn back, turn back. Yes, I think I will. Okay, we're up to 3. That's going the right direction. Just showed me that one so it wouldn't do it to me again. Oh, dang, yeah. Unfortunately, collections made quality and box condition factors now. Yeah. Good morning. How are you? Yeah, you're absolutely right. My wife still has the original Beatles album from the U.S. The their first album. The one from the U.K. would be worth more, I'm sure. That they used to put different songs on different regions' albums was just weird to me. We're up to number 5. You have 4 anomalies that have not been found. Okie dokie. weird thing about it, I haven't been watching him closely enough. He could have been growing and I would have never known it. Oh, that door's open. Somebody's peeking out of it. That is some creepy crap. Oh, look at how big he is. Yeah, he's way bigger than he usually is. The floor is still right. That's an anomaly right there on one of the posters. That's right. Those are right. That's right. That's right. All the doorknobs are in place. You're looking at me. You're not supposed to look at me. My middle brother was a DJ in college. He gave me my first album, Magical Mystery Tour. Yeah, which wasn't one of the Beatles' best. I mean, it was kind of a stinker when it came out, and the tour and the bus, the whole thing didn't work well. Oh, the signage was getting bigger. It's playing with me. My general music philosophy, best music from decades of 60s, 80s. Yeah, I was heavily into folk music for a while. I played a lot of Simon and Garfunkel. Uh, you know, when my left hand would do what I wanted it to do. Yeah, that doorknob's off. You ever gonna let me out of here? I've been on level 8 for a while now. That's good, that's good, that's good. The floor's good. The concourse is good. It's gonna take me back to level 1, I'll bet you money. Nope. And, gosh, that's an hour and 1 minute. Right on the money. Okay, now I'm done. Except for rock in the 70s. Yeah. That had some, some things not. All anomalies found. Thank you for using the underground passageway. Okay. Well, I'm sorry the first game was quite so short. I didn't know she had shortened her demo. It used to be longer than that. However, here we are. And I appreciate you being here. And I'll see you at 10 o'clock at the Sapiens live stream.